Are you balanced? I think you're balanced. Happy Monday. Happy last day of July. Tomorrow's August. How the hell did that happen? I just opened up one of my grape suckers I got at the candy store over at the Outlet Mall. This is a super blow pop. I will not get, they're really good, but they're so huge. It's just, I'm just going to get regular ones from now on. I mean, look. I like pulled over a whole sheet. So, no more super blow pops. They're just too big to handle. So yeah, Dad's out taking a ride. He went to go drop a deposit off for me at the bank. He was stopping by our accountant's house. I called her. I said, sorry to bother you. How are things? I said, Dad's getting ready to go for a ride. Can he drop off this pack of stuff that you've been wanting to get? She's like, sure, I'll be home. And her husband had radiation today. He was in the hospital a few days last week. He had the whole water around the heart thing that they had to take out, but he was in there for 4 days, from Monday till Thursday. And he just had radiation, and he's on a Monday golf league, and he's gonna go try to golf today with his friends. Our friend Jack was gonna go get him, pick him up. They're probably already gone, because it's between 2:30 and 3. It's going on 3 right now, and he was gonna go try it. You know, they're in a cart. If he needs to rest, he'll rest. He needs to do things to be around his friends, which is understandable. So yeah, so Dad went to go drop that off, and then I don't know where he was gonna go. I think he was gonna go check out Vilwalk's a produce stand that we go to. That's where I buy my donut peaches. He was gonna ask about those, if they're in yet. We've asked a couple times, not in. They keep saying, try next week. Now it's next week to try again. He was gonna see if they had any good fresh tomatoes, because fresh tomatoes are just starting to come on here. And so that'll be good. Yesterday I did not do anything but go from my room to the bathroom. It's that time of woman time, and it was not a pleasant day yesterday, so I did nothing. I didn't go to the kitchen. I barely ate anything. I was just there. I did watch on Netflix a series called excuse me, The Kindness Diaries, which was really interesting. I mean, I watched it one right after the other until they were all done. They were only like 30-minute episodes. It's about a guy, an Englishman, who starts in Hollywood on his little motorcycle with a sidecar, and his goal is to get around the world. Cargo, he got shipped across the oceans, which is stuff they set up, but on the kindness of people, to get a gas, food, and lodging. And he would help some people along the way. Really cool little series. So if you ever think of it, The Kindness Diaries, really cool little thing. I think there's like 12 or 13 episodes. And then I started season 7 of Shameless last night. Boy, those people. That family has issues, but they're so comical to watch. Today I just got done doing payroll, wrote out rent check for a shop as we pay rent. Well, my cousin now has taken over ownership, and Pride, who has part of it, pays rent. Wow Sifter Services pay rent, and then his father-in-law pays rent. That's who we used to pay rent to, is his father-in-law. So all the money from rent goes into an account which pays the mortgage on the building. That's how it goes, mortgage and taxes. So I wrote that out. What else did I do back here? My desk is pretty much well clean. I got a list of stuff to go over with my cousin tomorrow on my handy dandy sloth list. Some things are crossed off that I did. I brought this. This is a notebook someone got me a long time ago that I'm going to start using as my Disney notes. I've started some Disney notes, but I'm going to redo them because I'm nerdy like that. What other notes do I have in here? Oh, this is where I have all the party stuff, which I can rip out because that's over with. So I like this notebook. It's a good notebook. It's going to sit right there. Other than that, my life is boring. Boring. But in a couple days, hopefully I'll be able to get out in the world. Thursday, we want to go to shop. We're going to go get a big 5-pound container of chicken salad at Gordon's because we're taking it to Cards on Friday. We're going to get buns. Thursday night, I'm going to make macaroni salad. That recipe's in my playlist. The way my mom made it, it has tuna and peas and celery and onion and egg. That's how my mom always made it. So that's how I always make it. And I might get a big bag of chips, and we're going to feed the card players on Friday. So Dad and I didn't go to Cards on Friday, but our friend Bill made sure they made an announcement saying Humper and Stacy are bringing fruit on Friday, so come play cards. One of our card players just had lung surgery. He had a midsection of a lobe taken out. He had a nodule that had to be removed from his body. He's home now and resting, sore. I can imagine, they ripped part of your lung out. That ain't gonna be nice. He comes to Cards every Friday. So when we weren't there and he wasn't there on Friday, they said it was just odd that some of the normal people weren't there. So good wishes for Mr. Bill. Yesterday, my dad went to the Legion. They had a little farmer's market there. First time they did one. They had about 8 or 9 booths, which is good for Galeen because Galeen's very small. It's like a population of like 700 maybe. Dad, there's a woman there selling homemade jellies and stuff, so he got him a big jar of blackberry jam. He was so excited about that. And she's like, yep, I picked those berries myself. She did the whole spear, so she did it all. Brought home a couple tomatoes that were just okay. Brought me home some pickles. And I think that's all I got at the farmer's market. He ate breakfast over there with my cousin Roy. My hair is still wet. I just got out of the shower a little bit ago. It felt nice to not be funky. Because yesterday, I was funky. Tomorrow I got a business meeting. That's why I had to get payroll done today. We're going over a bunch of billing stuff. We got 2 big jobs we got to bill, plus our end of month July farming bills. I'm going to have him put a new black ink cartridge in my thing. Looking at my list. Any excitement over your weekend? There was none here. None. Just me and Netflix. We were really good friends yesterday. Yes. There's my little towel I was laying on. It's a necessity right now. And the kitty knew I wasn't feeling the most perky yesterday because she got in her box and she stayed in that all day long. She was in my room, which is unusual. She'll come in here and sleep for a few hours and usually she roams off, but she stayed in that box all day. She'd look at me every once in a while and then she'd go back to sleep, and then she'd look at me and check on me and go back to sleep all day until last evening. It's funny how cats or pets, animals know when you're just not feeling good, so they kind of want to watch you. I feel much better today. Even my cousin, when I called him this morning, he goes, "You don't sound too perky this morning." I'm like, well, just aggravated with my uterus. He goes, "Don't tell me anymore." Don't tell me anymore. I'm like, okay, just so you know. Thrill on the Hill is this coming, it starts Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's when they block off the main hill going into town. They put a bunch of sand and make a big slip and slide. And they have other things. They have, they put a bunch of sand at the bottom of the hill where they have a beach volleyball, and they do Zumba, and they have concerts, they have all kinds of stuff going on this year. There's cool weather coming in. It's funny, in the winter, it got too warm for the snow, so they couldn't have it. I mean, they'll have it this year, but it's going to be cool. Friday, the high's only supposed to be 68, so it's going to be cool on that water slide. Cool. But that night will be a nice night for a concert. I mean, they'll probably have to wear sweatshirts and stuff because it's probably going to dip down to the 50s, but what can you do? Hopefully they have a good turnout. They have so much more going on. People are all into the big hiding the painted rocks things in town. There's a whole Facebook page just for our town. They're everywhere apparently. It's a nice little project for kids to do. Paint the little rocks and hide them around town. And people find them and take their picture with them and go hide them again. Cute. I've seen some really cute rocks. But now I'm going to shut up. Thought it was going to be a quick check-in, but apparently my mouth did not know that. So you got a long little chitty chat. Okay, bye.